a hardware change like I mentioned before, but it does not affect BIOS settings whatsoever. So whatever I do in Windows, like if you're pushing, say, imagine this is 5.7 gigahertz instead of 4 gigahertz, and you're pushing for 5.8, and you crash, and next time you reboot, you're not going to be, the BIOS is not going to remember 5.8. It'll still stay at 5.7 or 5.5, whatever you're booting at, right? So basically, if I just go 1, 2, 3, say 4, I've dropped the CPU multi by 4, so I should be at 3.6, and we'll engage this gear so we go at 1 increment. So I'm going to drop this by 2, so we're going to have 98 B clock. We're going to have 3.6 gigahertz on the 36 multi on the CPU, right? So 3.53 gigahertz. So I'll just go into BIOS and just show you that it's actually still staying at 4 gigahertz. Okay, so see, the BIOS is actually showing the B clock at 100 and 3.8, but when you go to Windows, that's actually 4 gigahertz. It's just because the way the turbo works now, you're essentially at. So I'll just save changes. No, save changes. Yep. We'll go to Windows. We'll just check the frequency. So those changes that we made with the OC, with the these OC buttons, essentially did nothing to affect the frequencies in BIOS itself. That's pretty handy when you're benching. So now I have to worry about being stuck at high frequencies. What I normally like to do when I'm benching is I like to boot up at slightly lower frequency or multi or B clock or whatnot, and then just push it up in Windows. And then if I crash, I'm back at the more stable settings while I'm booting up, and a lower frequency as well. Just once you're starting to push the absolute limit of the itself. So we just rebooted into Windows now. Just waiting for the Windows to load up. We'll load up CPU-Z, and it should say 4 gigahertz, so 40 times 100 instead of 3527 with 36 multi and 98 megahertz B clock, like we set with the OC keys. Yeah, just as I said. There you go. One more thing that I wanted to show you was this Wi-Fi adapter, and it's got a good use for people that do a lot of benching and overclocking, because you can a lot of people, including myself, tend to bench in a dungeon or whatever, and unless you've got cabling, router with all the cabling and stuff, you're not going to get internet access if you want to get a validation or whatever. So we're basically this wireless adapter that we've bundled is able to connect wirelessly to your network, which is, I've just showed you there. I've connected to the 802.11n, so we're on wireless and network. I've just plugged in the top antenna, that little antenna there. So yeah, so basically, validations or whatever, perfect for this kind of thing. Or if you want to live stream or whatnot. I haven't really checked the speed, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Got cable internet, so it should be pretty fast. Yeah, so 20 megabits, that's plenty. Anyway, just another handy little feature for these particular boards for people benching, and I'm sure plenty of other purposes as well.